Hello and welcome to ET Markets FNO Talk, your go-to show for decoding market trends and uncovering trading opportunities from the world of derivatives. I'm Nisha Avasti, and with me today is Chandan Tataria, who's the Senior Vice President, Equity Derivatives and Technicals at Wealth Management at Motilal Oswal. He's here to share his insights with us on the market outlook and some straight trading strategies for you. So in today's episode, we'll discuss about how to trade the optimistic sentiment of the market amid this volatility. Hi, Chandan.
Hi, Nista. Thank you so much
So
for having.
yeah, we'll get right into it. I know you have certain time constraints today. Chandan, can you help us with your view about the markets? There seems to be a lot of confusion because of all this volatility, but the overall sentiment seems to be positive. What's the sense that the market is giving right now?
Yeah, so we have seen a decent run up of almost 3,100 points in Nifty index
Hmm.
uh, in last 25 trading session. The Nifty made bottom near 21,743, and just 7-8 days back it made high near 25,116 marks. However, we have seen a corrective move in last 5 trading session as index was making lower highs. But today it opened higher and indicated the formation of lower highs, which indicates that overall the bullish stance of the Indian market prevails. What
Hmm.
we have noticed on the last trading session that index took support at 24,462 and turned
Hmm.
higher, and we have rallied by around 400 points in last 2 trading sessions from the lower levels. So major undertone of the market is positive even after some consolidative move at higher levels, and we believe that till Nifty holds above 24,444, index has potential to rally towards 25,100 to 25,200 level. Those who are looking for positional point of view, we believe that till it holds above the key support zone, index can even go to as 25,500 level as well. Now, if I talk about Bank Nifty, it has been consolidating in a range from last almost 10 trading session. It has been consolidating in between 54,500 to 55,500. So it requires a decisive breakout. So the good part is it has been holding the support zone, completing a bullish price pattern. Buying interest is clearly visible in the name like Axis, ICICI, and SDFC
Hmm.
Bank. So a small follow-up can lead it to higher levels. I believe 54,500 could act as a major positional support. And if it manages to hold 55,000 marks for the day or for next 2 days, it has potential to lead towards the new lifetime high of 56,000 to 56,500 level in banking index.
Okay. With all this volatility, do you have any specific strategy in either of the index that the traders can make use of?
So when you talk about volatility, we need to focus on India VIX.
Hmm.
VIX has corrected from 22.75 to now 17.5 levels in last 10 to 11 trading session. However, VIX has been hovering near 17.5 marks from last 5 trading session. If I look at the CBI VIX, that is also getting stable. So
Hmm.
VIX is getting stable, and that is a sign that declines could be bought in the market, and the undertone of the Indian indices is likely to be on positive. But again, due to the upcoming monthly expiry, upside could be kept because we have seen significant call writing at 25,000 strike. Now,
Okay.
to trade the market, we can initiate the bull call spread. Our view is that it can head towards 25,100 to 25,200 marks, and same time 24,444 could act as a major support. So one can buy 24,800 call, sell 25,000 call, initiate this 200 point spread by paying the cost of around 60 70 points by getting the reward of around 100 to 130 points. So simple bull call spread can be initiated with the view that some bounce could be there, but upside could be kept in the market.
Okay. In such volatile times, I often ask this one question that should either of the index be a go-to space for the traders, or stocks are what one should focus on? What's your view here?
So Nista is depends on person to person. It depends on the risk appetite and the personal liking. So those who are the professional traders, they always try to trade index more.
Hmm.
But what we noticed in last few days when market got stuck in a range, many sectors are comparatively doing well. So if I have to
Right.
reply the question for the retail point of view, then my reply will be better to focus on the selective sector and theme or selective stock specific momentum in the market. But if I have to reply to the seasoned player, then I think better to play on the index with the broader trading range. So if you want me to discuss about few counter which can be applied or which can be traded in this market scenario, could be from selective banking financial name, as bank nifty is likely to outperform, so counter like Axis Bank can do well. Already the stock has negated its formation of lower highs of last 4 days, holding well above 1180 1200 marks, and it has potential to spike on higher side. So Axis, ICICI Bank and HDFC could do well in private bank space. Apart from that, escorts looks good, and we have positive stance in monsoon theme. In fact,
Hmm.
I'm sure IMD has predicted about the better monsoon, and everyone is waiting for the
Right.
monsoon to get the better weekend weather. So monsoon theme will do well, and counter like escorts, few fertilizers name could be on focus. So escorts looks good in that scenario. Even a counter like Fact or Coromandel can do well. So this is
Hmm.
one theme we need to focus. And one more thing which we cannot ignore is the capital market. We have seen decent recovery in the BSC, and MCX also looks good, and couple of broking houses also showing the sign of strength. So MCX is holding well with support of 6250. It can head to our 6800 levels. So banking, financial, capital markets, I think this could be a perfect theme to play this market apart from weather or monsoon theme.
So, before I move on to the sector part, I would just like to take your view on what does the FII data indicate, along with all the movements that we are witnessing in the market.
Yeah, so FI's long short ratio has corrected from 50% to 35% in last few days. However, in last 2 days they are buying, but before that, in one day they sold around 12,000 crore of equity. So
Hmm.
there is a concern, but again, long short ratio has turned from lower levels, and we are not much worried about the FI's data setup because that is getting sync. But the good part is the DIs are continuously buying, and in the last month we have seen SIP flow more than 26,000 crore. So liquidity from the domestic players, DIs, and the SIP is the main reason that is supporting the Indian markets. And
Hmm.
FIs are mixed. They bought earlier, they did the short covering, but they are now going with mixed tone. So because of that, upside could be kept, but buy on decline could continue in the market.
Okay, so now I'll just come on to sector-specific discussion of our episode. And in the interest of time, I had planned on asking you about three very specific sectors, which is the defense and metals, which has shown a very nice rally in the last few sessions. And along with that, how do you think this pharma sector look right now? And of course, if you can pick any stocks for our traders which are technically well placed.
So the fantastic question, and defense is ongoing theme in the Indian market, which really did well, and we
Hmm.
feel proud of our the soldier, which really
Right.
have done a great job for the nation. And I think the defense budget is likely to be on the higher side,
Hmm.
and most of the defense counters are on radar. However, today has been consolidating, but major trend is positive in this month. HL has rallied by 11%, making our top higher bottom. So looks positive. With support of 4820, it can head towards 5300 marks. BL also looks good. One of the strongest name in defense sector has been making our top
Right.
higher bottom, rallied by more than 22% in this month. So till it
Hmm.
holds about 370, it can head towards 405, 410. So most of the defense name looks good, and I believe positive momentum could continue here. And
Okay.
talking about
Right.
pharma, I think you asked about pharma. I think the selective stocks will do well in pharma because the sector has been consolidating in a range. If I
Hmm.
look at the Denmark, it got stuck in a range. It's the same happening in case of other pharma like Dr. Reddy and all. So I believe some positive momentum or the breakout is required to get the next leg of rally. But defense, we have positive view. However, most of the counter have rallied well. But BL looks
Hmm.
quite promising apart from VDL and other counter.
So BL looks good even at these levels.
Yeah, BL looks good and BDL also looks good. So as I mentioned, that till it holds above 375, it has potential to rally towards 400, 510. BDL, that is Bharat Dynamic, also looks good. Given a breakout on the daily and the weekly chart with support of 1880, it can head towards 2100 levels. So quite positive on the India and Indian defense and defense theme in current scenario.
Okay, and how about the metal sector?
So talking about metal and mining, We have seen some recovery, but Nifty Metal has been consolidating in a range from last almost 6 trading sessions. Steel Authority has given a breakout and holding well at higher zone. We have seen a
Hmm.
consolidation breakout of last 21 days. Put writing is clearly visible at 120. We have seen better rollover activities now at the beginning of the last week of the expiry month. So put writing is also visible. So with that view, with the support of 122, it can head towards 130 to 132. Apart from Steel Authority, I think Tata Steel could be on radar. It has given
Okay.
a recovery, consolidation breakout with rounding formation, making higher top higher bottom with support of 157. Tata Steel has potential to rally towards 170. So Steel Authority and Tata Steel could be two preferred name, and we have slightly positive on most of the metal counter.
Okay. Since we are running a little tight on time, I would like to ask one last question. Your view on a few stocks, which is Indigo and Honasa after their Q4 earnings. What's your take on these stocks?
Yeah, so Indigo looks promising, but it has been consolidating in a range. Earlier, the counter has rallied well because of the decline in the crude prices, but then
Hmm.
some sort of consolidative move came because of the cross-border or geopolitical concerns. But
Right.
now things are easy, things are better and clear, and small follow-up is required. We have noticed multiple barrier near 56.50 in Indigo. Once it surpasses 56.50, I believe stock has potential to further rally by 8 to 10, 15%. But as of now,
Okay.
5300 could act as a support for first target towards 56.50 and above 56.50. It can fly towards the 36,000 square above, feet above, and the next rally towards 6500 marks. About Honasa, I believe again some sort of consolidation move is required to get the next leg of rally. If I look at the price behavior, it witnessed a decent run up. It formed the bottom, rallied by more than 30% in the month, started to form a higher top, higher bottom. So those who are holding can keep the trailing support at 305. It can rally towards 340, 350, but already rallied well. So if small decline happens, that can provide the better risk reward opportunity.
Okay, I would wrap up my discussion here and set you free. But before you just go, would you like to leave our viewers with some thoughts as to how does the outlook look like for the Indian markets, even with respect to the uncertainties and a lack of trust that is surrounding the US economy?
Thank you so much. Thanks to all the viewers who are watching us and getting the connect and conviction of the market. Friends, I believe the trend of the Indian market is positive, and we have noticed that every meaningful decline is being bought. If you ask me, the couple of trigger which can drive the index to higher zone is first, ease out of the geopolitical concern. No tantrum from the Trump now. SIP flow is beyond 26,000 crore. FIs are not selling in that space. In fact, they are buying and they are
Hmm.
covering the short positions. We have monthly expiry and bank nifty is outperforming. So I think these are the triggers, and I think monsoon and upcoming RBI policy, which might give the one more stance for the rate cut, could give the trigger to the
Right.
Indian market. So I think these are the reason. Because of that, we believe that till Nifty holds above 24,444. Measures medium term outlook of the Indian market remain bullish for an upside target to us 25,200 to 25,500, and positionally we are also looking Nifty to hit towards the lifetime high of 26,277. Now talking about Bank Nifty, I believe one needs to stay bullish till it holds above 54,500. Look for a target towards new lifetime high, and same time be with the selective sector. As I mentioned, selective defense counter, capital market theme, agri and monsoon theme could do well, apart from some shine from the metal pack.
Okay. So a big thank you, Chandan, for joining us and sharing your insights. It is always an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting, and have a great time.
You too. And to our viewers, thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned with us on ET Markets live stream for more expert talks and trading ideas. Thank you.